When we talk about the end of the matrix, we are also talking about the end of African cultures and tradition. They are all part of the matrix. Now, the fact that you are in Africa and then you are doing cultures and traditions doesn't make you a person of nature. That is not how nature is assessing her own people, right? You know, people have disconnected from heart and they are still doing the culture and tradition. It doesn't do anything. Actually, the reality is that this culture that you see in this um, place as Africa is just a product of the Yahweh Hebrew consciousness. Okay. Now, let me tell you one thing about this Hebrew consciousness. They have nothing to offer you than what is already with you. Every practice and every tradition or every ritual that they do there, it is all basically indigenous to Africa, to Africa, to the melanin. Are you getting it? But the manipulation here is that, you see, cunningly, there has been a great observation on our natural intelligence to create another version, and that is what they are doing. So they are repackaging your culture and tradition back to you. When you come here, they use alcohol. Right now, it looks like when you use alcohol to perform rituals and libation, it's of the earth. It's not of the earth. The earth doesn't recognize alcohol and schnapps. Okay, so I've been telling people that even if you want to pour a libation or even if you want to do something that has to do with connecting with the divine or connecting with um, the ancestors, one way or the other, you are connecting to your own self because you are the ancestor. It runs through your DNA. Are you getting it? So, giving alcohol to the earth or the river should tell a lot about your state because we know what alcohol is doing to the genetics and is doing to the DNA, is doing to the body of men. Are you getting it? All these schnapps and whiskeys and all these things, they are all Caucasian made and they are not meant for the melanated being. Listen to me very carefully. The fact that um, there are kings and queens and chiefs in Africa doesn't make it natural. That is not matriarchal. Nature is matriarchal. Nature is not a man standing up there for people to now come and be bowing. That is not how the schemes is. That is not how the system of the woman is. The woman doesn't desire this kind of um, ethnocentric egoism and these kind of hypocritical bowing and all these kind of things. For example, the king is coming. Oh, king, you are the king. You are the king. Yes, you are the king. Ototrobunsu. Oh, do, do, do. Oh, this is a whole lot of stupidity. They say a lot of things. Oh, king, king, king of all kings. You are this. You are this. And they feel it is natural, or they feel it is of nature, but it is not. All these things are part of the Yahweh consciousness manipulation scheme. King and queen consciousness, king and queen monarchy system is designed by men to just manipulate the people. So the fact that they are playing drums doesn't make it natural to the divine feminine. It's far from that. So you would realize that not only the body of the melanated being has been hijacked, the geographies and conceptions and ideologies and everything to this very life we are having in this physical plane has been hijacked. And it's alienated. All the civilizations that you are seeing around is alienated. It's an illusion, including the cultures and all these traditions that you think. So the fact that they are teaching their children tradition and religious moral and all these things in the school doesn't do anything to them. Listen, for how long should we keep on saying this? So all these chiefs and kings and territorial kind of living whereby they perform rituals, all these things are backed by this Hebrew consciousness, which is so Caucasian. This Hebrew Yahweh consciousness, which is Caucasian. It's time that the melanated being, the African, has to wake up. Nobody is going to wake you up. Nobody is going to do that for you. I'm telling you this. Nobody is waking you up. I am not waking you up. You have to wake yourself up. Upon seeing the confirmations and the vibrations that is going on in your soul, you are the person to wake yourself up. You have to wake yourself up. Nobody is going to do that for you. So we are in the age where all these things are going to be exposed for you to see. Listen, whatever that they are doing to the earth in the name of culture is karmic. It's karmic. It's a karma that they are creating. And have you realized a great glitch in this tradition and culture? Now it's just a performance. There is nothing in it. Because even the lower entities are looking up to the higher entities. Even the lower vibration entities are looking up to the higher vibration entities. So whether you like it or not, to be in your high vibration is the only portal that is going to keep you in nature's frequency. I don't give a fuck about the fact that you strike X on the earth or the fact that you go to the riverside to perform rituals. It doesn't do anything to the divine feminine, actually. It is your ego. You are going to do something. So this is the very time that we have to come to realize that a lot is going on around you. A lot is going on around that is actually an illusion. It's not real. It is men that is empowering systems for you to come and live. And you are the one that is also empowering it consciously and subconsciously. And by partaking in it very actively and not even coming to think that all these things that is going on is actually meant to keep you robot, keep you scripted, keep you manipulated and be in delusion, will make you think will make you think that, oh, actually you are doing something, but actually you are just partaking in an illusion. You are the one making it a reality rather. So all these rituals, and I will never take anyone out. All these rituals that you see these days, all these traditions that you see these days, all these cultures that you see these days, all these kind of fetish things and all these things, that voodoo things that you are seeing these days has been hijacked. And these things are all from this Hebrew Yahweh consciousness. It's a repackage. So if there was anything ancestral that our ancestors were doing, we have to see it the ancestors' way. And for you to see things the ancestors' way, you have to be in nature's frequency, because your ancestors understood the very connection with the things, natural things around them, because they were all portals that were communicating a certain life to them. So we can't put all these things away. So if we are looking at libation, we should come to realize that there is already a vibration in our soul that is telling us that these libations and the elements and the purposes and the mechanisms and the formulations are all wrong. You have to go into your soul to realize that for you to give something back to the earth, or for you to use the earth as the portal to connect to the ancestors, you should go in the high vibration natural frequency. And that one, I'm not the one to come and tell you the things that you should do. You have to go into your soul to find all these things, because you are an ancestor. So all this, when you come here, you see all these things. They are just noise. They are just noise in the ears of nature. They are all, listen, whatever that you see people do in the name of culture in this very plane of Africa or whatever, it's not different from the one in the church who is giving energy to the Yahweh Hebrew consciousness. It's not any different. Let me tell you this thing. The languages that you see in Africa is all Hebrew influenced. This is not the language of your ancestors, including what I'm speaking to you. Even my local language, the tree na meka tree bebrebe. Tree ni na eye Hebrew for all these Ashanti tree, all these Fanti, all these kind of languages, they are not original. They are Hebrew manipulated. That is why as a soul, as an ancestor, you should come to realize that you have to create many things, including the language that you want to use to connect to the higher vibration or the higher consciousness. So you have to sit down and vibrate your own language. So that's why they brought that concept. They brought that concept of tongues. Why do you think they brought that concept of tongues? You see, that concept of tongues in the Bible is something ancestral. Your ancestors were not speaking like this. They had vibration, and when they were in their high vibration, they were able to say a lot of things that were not understood by mere people. And when these Caucasians came and they saw this reality ongoing, they couldn't understand. And they had to, they saw that they can't find any way to penetrate into that. Then they had to now ground the people by rather recommending something for them to think, because the ancestors kept devolving. In as much as we talk about ancestors, you should know that there are low vibration ancestors that really took contract. And most of them will come, and most of them are here to face a lot of things before they can ascend. So not all the ancestors were able to ascend. Some took contract with the aliens. So now they give you a story in the Bible where they said that they were building something. They were all united and they were building something into the air, into the sky. And when their so-called God saw that they were coming up, then they created languages to confuse them. Actually, that story there has a lot of meaning to tell you. Even to the one who is locked up in the Bible consciousness, you'd realize that all these things are telling you that there was a time that the ancestors, the divine ancestors, had a vibration that couldn't be understood, and they were powerful to the point that they were making things happen. And upon the aliens seeing how powerful they are, then they rather decided to contact the ones. When you look at this movie, I know movie is not actually the whole truth, but you can find some truth in the movies. You'd realize that there is this movie called let me get this this Doctor Strange, right? You'd realize that there was this part of the movie where the angry woman was trying to attack the place where they all built shields. You see, they all built shields so that the woman can penetrate or something. But you realize that the woman didn't move. The woman was looking into the people to see those who were not focused, those who were not in the high vibration that they were doing it, those who were disconnected, those who could easily lose focus. And that was where she was able to penetrate through. So when we are talking about ancestors, we are not talking about, we don't only mean the high vibration, there are low ones. And as time went by, you see, they lost connection with soul and they gave up. And that's why the matrix has been enforced in here, because they are a part of your ancestors that actually signed that contract. And they are here to feel it. So many of you here, you have to go into your soul. Many of you here have a past connection, a past timeline that a whole lot of things happen. So if you see yourself so much enhanced in narcissism and you are still keeping, it means you are not learning sense. If you're a man or something and you are just still manipulating, you keep putting yourself in problems, in dark. And the dark will keep recycling you until you learn sense. You face the heat until you become responsible. The only way we can come out of this very matrix is to be responsible. It begins with responsibility. It begins with basic responsibilities with self. It's progressive. So now all these cultures and traditions are all promoters of the matrix. So when you see that king in the community or that chief in the community, don't think there is something nature friendly going on, because as it stands now, they are all even locked up in political consciousness. Now they side with the politicians, can't you see? Now they side with religion. Now they side with all these pharmaceutical and education, all these things. Can't you see these kings and queens and all these people building schools and all these things and healthcare facilities? They are agents. Some have even joined Freemasonry. They are all agents. They are all agents. And the Divine Mother has sent me to come and tell all these people that, listen, it's not a joke anymore. What is coming ahead of this very world, listen, is serious. And as you can see, it's manifesting in the bodies of people. Can't you see the older people? Can't you see the things that is manifesting in their lives? They are lacking peace of mind. They are having personal doctors, but it's not saving them. Ego. And that is what is consuming them. So a divine masculine is the one that has come to sit face to face with the ego to ensure that the ego doesn't overwhelm him. Okay, so now listen, and listen very carefully. Every ritual and everything that you are doing is your soul that is enhancing it. So make sure that your soul is well harnessed and your soul is nourished and properly seen and connected, so that you realize that you are the living ritual, you are the living tradition, you are the living altar. When you begin to fix your own self, when you begin to face your shadows and detach and do a lot of spiritual work on yourself, then you will be part of them. You will be actively part of them without even realizing that they are all taking your energy. But a conscious being is the one who has come to realize that this matrix is doing a lot and she has to redeem herself back. And it's not easy. It's going to take you into a lot of dimensions, because you are coming out from this spell. The matrix is a spell, an illusion spell, which has been empowered by your own state. So you have to come work on self. You have to come to present. You have to be present to self. You have to be present to self and then begin to fix the very, very things. You have to become responsible to self. And that is how you are going to come out. Your soul work is important. Your meditation is important. The only way out is inside. So you are walking as someone who is going by your reality, by your soul. That's your godliness. So when we say soul, soul comes from, it's English frequency. So let me use the English frequency to let you understand that. The reason why they even have to create this word soul is to tell you that soul means that you. Soul simply means you. So it comes from the word soul, S-O-L-E. So it means you, one. That's why we have soul proprietorship. So soul, one, you and no other. So spirituality means you, the you. Connecting with the you. That you is that voice that has been talking to you all this while. That has been with you in this very journey, even in the matrix. She has been with you, but you don't pay attention. That's you actually. And that's the you that is coming to save you from you. That's the you that has the map to your redemption, that has the escape to this very matrix. But you see how the matrix is taking a lot. Right now we are outside doing rituals. The fact that you say Asasiya doesn't mean that she knows you. You are rather consulting low vibration entities. The fact that you say that, it's your heart that is always calling for the earth. It's your heart that is calling for the universe. It's your heart that is attracting the universe. The state of your heart is rather repelling or attracting. So, Asasiya is not coming to you because you called her. Asasiya is coming to you because of the state of your heart. And it's natural. I mean, the divine mother is not coming to you because you say divine mother, divine mother, divine mother, or because you pour libation. The divine mother is coming to you because of your heart. The state of your heart is naturally calling her or repelling her. We will continue.